Okay, coming to the next question, because your Rudraksh you already started
Yes.
removing them from the fresh fruits. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can show them if you want. So Sandeep has his Rudraksh from his tree. So he took the
Yeah,
fruits and he
I'll
peeled the
start
fruit
with
off.
the
Oh yeah, you're going to start with the fruit.
I'll start with the same kind of fruit that I showed you
Okay,
last time,
okay.
right? This is the kind of fruit that
So
I
it's
showed you
not
last
blue
time.
anymore. It is like a dark brownie
Yeah, it's
kind of
dried
color.
up. It's dried up. It's
Dried
actually
up.
hard.
Oh,
Yeah. So as I said, right, last time it had pulp, so I could dig my nail into
yeah.
it. Now I cannot. It's like proper hard. Okay, so it's drying up. Now, once this is dried up and it starts cracking, I can even peel it, or as I said earlier, the best way is for it to rot and then dry up in the sun. And when it starts drying up, basically what
What?
you start finding is these. Let me, yeah.
But you
So
basically
these,
peeled the fruit off after it dried off and started cracking a
yes,
little. You just peeled it
yes,
off.
yes, that's right. You can actually see some. Let me show you some where you can see the remnants of the pulp in it. Yeah,
They're
actually,
huge,
you'll
right?
see.
The Rudraksh is so huge.
Yes, these are. So you'll see there is some pulp material still between the crevices over here.
Okay. So these are not cultured Rudraksh. These are the really fresh, dry ones. Have you done some
Um,
culturing to it?
no, we haven't done anything.
Okay.
You will see there is some difference. Like for example, this Rudraksh seems a little
Yeah.
more blunt and shaped, etc. It's only because this had fallen down, and my farm worker kind of tried to remove the pulp without rotting it.
Oh.
So that is why it has taken a little bit of abrasion. But
Mhm.
otherwise, these are just raw as they are. From here onwards are all the post processing that we spoke of that we can do if we choose to. So this is how it is. This is how it should be. Actually, culturing doesn't necessarily mean taking off the edges. It automatically happens over a period of time. But otherwise, it is not recommended to make it any more like rounded or anything.
No, I
That's
don't mean it
ideally.
rounded, because rounded, I think only the Panchamukhi tend to be rounded. The other Rudraksh are not rounded. Like
Yep,
Dvimukhi, we get Dvimukhi in the ashram here, and it is not round at all. It's like, actually, it looks very similar to what you're having. But I think
yes.
yours is Trimukhi, is what you were saying, 3/4 Mukhi.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the biggest that I have over here. You'll see. Uh, if I just rotate it in my hands,
Hmm. Actually,
this this is
yeah, I'm wondering if it's
Dvimukhi.
a Dvimukhi, but you are saying there are 3 ridges that you're seeing,
No,
right?
no, these are three ridges, three ridges.
Okay.
I can see like it's pyramid. Basically, you can see the
Oh, is
ridge in
it?
front of you, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see it. Yeah,
The,
you can.
the three fingers of mine, like
Okay.
two index fingers and the
Yeah.
thumb behind, are on the three faces
Oh, I
of
see.
the Rudraksh.
Nice.
So this is definitely Trimukhi. But what we don't really know yet is there are some which are not exactly symmetrical to what I showed you right now. There are
Hmm.
like this one
Hmm.
definitely has four ridges,
Oh.
has four faces. So I myself didn't know that one tree could produce multiple ones. So here's the realization. Probably, yeah, one tree can have a fruit or two of a different kind as well in it.
But did you find out whether, so is there a way for us to choose a plant that's a particular Rudraksh or no? It's just totally
Unfortunately.
natural.
Yeah, yeah. I think it probably adds to the mysticism and
Yeah.
the secret
Only
behind
these
it as
special
well.
people can have the specific Rudrakshas.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Probably it's like how they say about which Rudraksh is good for who, right?
Hmm.
So maybe if you are lucky, you get
Maybe, yeah.
your kind of
Or,
Rudraksh plant to grow.
it's like if that science of cultivating Rudraksh was very deep, they might actually know how to, like maybe a certain conditions give you certain Rudraksh, while certain conditions give you other ones. Maybe they knew it.
True. Look, there are, I mean, again, going back to botany, right? A little more advanced. Yeah, plants and crops like rice and wheat are all so very well engineered nowadays that you
Hmm.
know what to sow to get what you want, right? While Rudraksh isn't as engineered a
Hmm.
crop is. maybe I and you don't want it to be so as well. So yeah, considering that, at this moment at least, it just goes by it. And then maybe there is truly, like, even if I like, for example, use this only as a seed, and grow a plant out of it, maybe the bead that will come out will not be Trimukhi, although this is a
Yeah.
Trimukhi.
Yeah.
So maybe there are all other factors which happen, and that is true of every plant as well. If you grow a one aam ki gutli because you love that aam, need not that the aam which will come out of that plant will be as tasty as
But it's the
gutli
same
that
type, right? I mean, Alfonso,
same
it will
type.
be Alfonso.
Yeah, same type. But again, don't mistake that this Rudraksh plant is a different genus or a different
No, I
family as
understand.
the
But it
Vimoki or
is something
Panchamukhi.
interesting, okay? Like, because it's not like you're getting a lot of different varieties. You are getting a particular variety which is Trimukhi mixed with little mixture. So that is something
Yeah.
interesting. And if you're from the same seeds, you're getting another tree which has Dvimukhi or Ekmukhi or Panchamukhi. That is quite odd.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably, I mean, the closest example that I can quote in, is the size of fruits, if not the, taste or the variety of fruit. Like, I have tried cultivating king coconuts. If you go to Sri Lanka, Thailand and all, you get these huge king coconuts, right? Like, they're called king coconuts.
Okay.
I've tried cultivating it over here. Yahan pe to itna hi aata hai.
Oh, I see.
So it's a coconut only. It's not like it has evolved into a different tree or a fruit. But
Something
you
about
don't
the
get the
conditions possibly that.
yeah.
Hey everyone. So I spoke to one Swami at Isha Yoga Center after this conversation with Sandeep. And it seems at Isha Yoga Center they have tried to grow the Rudraksh tree a few times. They were not able to grow the Panchamukhi tree, but they do have one Trimukhi tree. This is a little hard for us to access, but there are two other Rudraksh trees which we can see. But those Rudraksh trees don't give a specific bead. So, but it was really great to know about this because I didn't know there were Rudraksh trees in Isha Yoga Center, but I got to see them also. So, the other thing the Swami told me is that if you take the seed or a sapling from a Trimukhi tree and you plant it, it will grow into a Trimukhi tree. So it does pass on. The type of Mukhi, type of Rudraksh bead does tend to pass on. That's what he said. So if we want to grow, so I was trying to get a Panchamukhi sapling if possible, but I don't know if I will in this whole lockdown situation because I'm planning to grow the tree right for the International Yoga Day. So let's see. The other thing is the type of bead. That's something the Swami did talk about because he had discussed it with Sadhguru. And so within Isha Yoga Center, they do sell certain Rudrakshas, certain different types of Rudrakshas. And he urged us to only use those types because you need to know how to use these things. It's it's because, for example, if you know in Isha they have a Dvimukhi Rudraksh is used for a couple who will wear one each as a pair. A Panchamukhi mala is used by almost everyone. The Shanmukhi, which has 6 faces, is for kids. Like they just put one bead in a mala, just one bead, and that's for kids to attract a certain kind of motherly affection from people around and things like that. So there are all of these different specific types of Rudraksh which Isha offers, and it has a specific benefit or effect which they highlight, and they also give you all of these instructions to take care of the Rudraksh in whatever way. So, and how to wear it, and how certain rules and regulations not to do with the Rudraksh, otherwise it may not help. And sometimes it might even have not very good effect because, like for example, if we wear a Panchamukhi mala, they say you have to have a bindu. Like you have the mala and then you have one Rudraksh which is at the end of it. You must have seen it in a lot of malas. There's a bindu bead. So that's very important in the Panchamukhi mala. So in that sense, there are all these instructions being given. So it's good to take it from a source that you know, a source that you trust and is reliable, and thus you get genuine products also, because obviously there are so many fake products in the market. You get genuine products, and we also know how get the instructions about how to use it, and we take it in a certain way, and then we keep it in our lives in a certain way. So it would be beneficial and that all that stuff. So yeah, this was just a note the Swami gave, which I also want to pass on, that it's really great to be, you know, seeing these Rudraksh trees and understanding the various ways of how it works, how the tree is, and how, whether you can raise it, and the kind of beads we get, how do we procure the beads. All of that is great, but when it comes to actually using those beads in our life, then we have to be careful, because these are wild things. You know, and I don't think most of us have enough knowledge, that we just know it from our culture that okay, Rudraksh, and you know, we've heard of these amazing stories, but we don't really know too many details about how to use it in our life. So in that sense, it's just good to refer to Isha or any other reliable, genuine source that you would want to refer to.